Let's get over to the live. Some days you've just had enough of listening to yourself and you just want to get on with the goodies here. I don't know where the volume's going to be. I don't know how loud it's going to be, but we will find out. We'll get this playing while I talk about a little bit about the tournament. So the nice thing is we had 13 bowlers going at it this morning, and I may need to adjust some levels here, so bear with me as I pull things back just a little bit so I can hear myself a little better over the top of this stuff, and hopefully we'll be in at a decent point. What else do I need to do? One second, just playing with this because I don't get to play with this setup too often. So I'm certainly a little unused to it. I hear a little bit of an echo. I don't know if that's just me being me and how it plays through here. But what we had is we had 13 bowlers here on Saturday morning. Hey, Greg, how are you? And, you know, as you can see, we were using going all the way from lane 7 to lane 12. Lane 8 was in use, just looking a little dimmer than usual. And this is just a smattering of some of the qualifying stuff that was going on. We had 3 strings of qualifying, and literally it was, you know, an hour worth of bowling as we slipped through different people here. Looks like we have, I'm trying to mind blank on the name already. I'm a horrible person. Always good on a nice late Saturday night. That's Becky Wright bowling on lane 7. I think that's her husband there, Patrick Wright bowling on lane 8, Mark on 9. That's Steve Carton on lane 11, and sorry, lane 10. 11 and 12 are kind of tricky, but that looks like that's probably Al Winecheck, and I don't know who's throwing on 12. But it was a great tournament. You know, everybody fights to get in there, and what I can do is really quickly let's just bring up where things stood at the end of it. So at the end of the 3-string, it's basically a 3-string qualifier. It's 90% handicap off of 120. It is pre-recorded, fella. I did this the other day, and I'm just sitting here trying to package the stream a bit and upload to the YouTubes afterwards. Mike Capone managed to battle to the top of the qualifiers at 392. So, again, if you figure the handicap is 90% of 120, you know, being above 360 is kind of what you'd expect to be at the top of the pile. He edged out Jason Gauthier Sr. by a single point. Al Winecheck just behind him, and Michael Bryan coming in at 374. Mark was able to go to lunch with his wife without getting yelled at because he did not make it to the knockout rounds. Patrick and his wife Becky right behind them. Joey Galleran had 356. Mike Caro 347. Steve Carden 342, and a couple of bowlers struggled worse than that. We'll save the shame of not putting their names up here. At the end of the 3-string qualifiers, because we had 13 bowlers, we pay out the top 4 spots. So first place was $125. Second place was $75. Third place was $40. Fourth place was $35. Basically get their money back. You can see here, Jason Gauthier Sr. had a high for the first string of 145. Michael Bryan had a high for the second string of 145. Patrick Wright got the third string of 128. Mike Capone was high on the day. And Mike O'Brien and Jason Gauthier Sr. split basically the highest string of the day. So because 8 people bought on the pool, each of those wins was worth $8. The split was worth $4. Nobody had 5 marks in a row. Nobody had a triple strike. And Gauthier Sr. cleaned up $24 by cleaning up a strike on the head pin. And I can't remember exactly when and what lane it was on. But the other thing that I love about this thing is while this is going on, for people that are interested, we run skins. Now, you bowl your strings as you normally would. So bowlers actually have no idea if they're winning anything. They just know that they're out there throwing what they can and getting the best boxes that they can. And as you can see here, a slash is a spare, an X is a strike, a 10 all the way down to string 3 in box 9 got Stephen Mackey $35 after 4 carries. He just happened to be the best box at the time with a 10 box. But other than that, it was strikes and spares splashed all over the night. A lot of people taking home some money. Joe Gallerani and Jason Gauthier Sr. I think tied for the last skin. So we had them get up there for a roll-off, a 1-box shot for a couple of extra bucks. I think it was $7 per skin, so it was kind of fun to have a little $7 roll-off at the end. What I'm going to do, though, is I am going to swing over to video from the first round of the knockouts. So what you're going to see here is 4 bowlers going on, and let me just change my display over to it. Get that stop. And as you see here, Mike Capone is warming up on lane 8. I can't remember where everybody winds up on here. I think this is right. So let's hit play. We'll watch this match. I'll try to score it live time as best as I can. Bring up the score sheets there. And hopefully I can keep pace with this, because tracking 4 scores at a time is always an adventure.
A 1-pin split on the handicap. I like it.
Hey, who won that last
Skin? Got there.
Can't win with a 2.
Joey found the bunny holes. I mean, 3 balls.
It's such a great crowd. Like, the people that are here bowling, everybody just is, you know, it's a Saturday morning. We're all pretty groggy and tired, but they all get up there. They come out in good spirits, and it's just a great time to fly through it. So we have Mike O'Brien there on lane 7, Mike Capone on lane 8, Al Weincheck, and then Jason Gauthier Sr. Now, 7 and 8 are bowling against each other head to head. Mike Capone has a 14-pin handicap, and Gauthier, sorry, it's 12, and Mike O'Brien has, all right, hold on, let me just catch up here. Looks like we got a head pin, a split, a head pin, a split. Nothing out of that. I'm missing one of my magic boxes. It's all going to hell. Cats and dogs. And Weincheck's going to have no love out of that. So with all said and done, let's get some artwork in there, and we'll see where things go for their second box. Gauthier's going to go skinny and pick his up. Weincheck's going to get his. Mikey didn't get his. And O'Brien's only picked out a single stick. Looks like Capone's going to finish with a 9 box there. And so will Mike O'Brien. All right, where is my other magic box? I will find it. As Gauthier's a little thin on the head pin. Gets a second split, but that's an 8 drop and a makeable spare. Weincheck's only going to get 6 there, leaving the lambda down the right-hand side. Gauthier's going to miss. So I'll bring up their magic box as well. There we go. And Weincheck's going to hit a little heavy on the head pin, well, a little light on the head pin, but the wood just kind of kicked it up and around. Gauthier's going to finish with a 10 box. Capone is going to be off his mark to the right, leaving the 4 horse and 5 sleeping behind it. Mike O'Brien will do the same thing, picking up a 3-2, leaving the cluster bunch in the middle. And it'll be a 10 box for Weincheck. Capone, firing away to run it down, is just going to get 3 out of 4 there. Reflecting like, hey, Nico, how are you, buddy? Mike O'Brien's still looking for the head pin here through 2 boxes. Gauthier firing away in box 3 is going to be 3 for 3 on splits with a triangle 3 and the post out on the 10. Capone will finish with a 9. Weincheck is going to double up on it. He's going to have another split. So between the 2 of them, they've had 5 head pins out of 6 boxes and 4 splits. Weincheck with a Nixon. Let's see if he can kick this one around. Got it nice and, oh, just couldn't get to the 10. Great ball, no love. Capone on the head pin. And so is Mike O'Brien, but he'll end up with an ugly split there, the 5, 6, 7. Weincheck takes the 10. Gauthier with just a 7 box. Looks like he left them all standing there. So I said they were even. How right am I? I'm right. Capone picks up his. Mike O'Brien is looking to pick up his 10. And he's going to settle for 9. Gauthier's back on the head pin, and guess what? 4 splits in a row. Wow. Weincheck with a hammer. So now Weincheck pulling ahead. But Gauthier's not going to let him get too far away as he converts the split. So they're tied. It's just the difference of what the fills are. Weincheck with an extra ball in hand. Capone and O'Brien are about a box behind pace due to some wood. And that's never the worst thing in the world, right? Gauthier's going to drop a strike on the spare. Capone's going to pick up 6 as he leaves the 4 horsemen down the right. Weincheck's going to get another split of 4-10. O'Brien's going to leave a check mark. Capone's going to miss his 4 horses. That's cool, man. 2,000's a good number. Let's see what happens here. Oh, he almost gets it to pop over. It'll just be a 9 on the strike, so I believe that is 55 through 4 as he close it out. Capone picks up the 4 horses second time around. Wine check will close out the 10 bucks. And I'm asking if Gauthier and Wine check want to take a breather before moving on to the next 5 boxes. When bowlers bowl head to head, it's pretty intense.
O'Brien.
Let's see. Does everything look right there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that does. Capone's going to be heavy on the head pin, and just he nudges the 4, but couldn't catch the 2. But it's a great 9 drop. Nice, easy. Just take a deep breath, throw the ball in there. God, I hope I got the scores right. It really is fun trying to score 4 lanes at the same time. And O'Brien's going to fill that spare with 5, leaving a Caleri down the right-hand side. So they're neck and neck at the moment.
Little mirror on the sidewall.
And Capone's going to miss the easy spare. Oh, O'Brien's going to tear down the 4 horse, but just nothing to get there to the 8 pin. We'll see if Capone can pick up the stick second time around. He won't. It'll be a 9 bucks. And O'Brien will pick up his. So at the half, looks like that'll be a 1 pin lead on either match. So bowlers will now switch sides for the last 5 boxes of the string. And hopefully my audio on the microphone is loud enough. It doesn't sound it to me, but that's okay.
All right, guys, good luck.
Where is my audio input? I'm scrambling. Oh, it looks like it's all right. Alrighty. So Wine check's firing away. Not on a mark. Leaves 4 horsemen down the right. Gauthier is working on a strike slowly as he takes out the back triangle 6. Mike O'Brien firing away on the dark lane and picking up a strike to start out his second half. It might just be my mistake in the display of the artwork. I'm doing everything real quickly here. So, and Wine check is going to pick up the spare. Is he?
Nice
I'm
ball.
a little lost.
Nice ball.
You had me looking up. I'm all lost now. He did. He didn't. He didn't. He didn't. So those are just a pair of 10s for those guys. And Wine check is already firing away. Leaving. Oh, come on. Pressure. What kind of an idiot would want to do this stuff live, right?
Where you going? Hoboken Club?
Makes it fun. Yeah, it's just an artwork artifact. It doesn't look that way, trust me. And Gauthier is going to rip it down backwards. Make sure I got this right. That looks like it'll be an 8 on the strike for Mike O'Brien. Capone working on an army to get himself back in place. Gauthier working on the spare. Capone dropping 8 on the spare.
Come on! Nice ball.
Hal just not able to get that to convert. I take it back. Capone only had 3 on the spare. He will get the 10 bucks. So will Al. I'll get there. Come on. Spit your scores. O'Brien again. 2 strikes on the dark lane. Nope, wrong guy. Where am I off? Where am I off? I am off because they added in the handicap to confuse the hell out of me. That's why I'm off.
Yeah. Reel it in, Micah. Reel it in.
Oh! Does it again from behind. Greek style bowling by Gauthier.
Yep. I am totally sweating it and confused here, but that's okay. Gauthier sitting at 120 in a ball. Mike still struggling filling those spares.
Bob, we're here at Sparetime Amusement.
And that'll be a 1 fill for Gauthier on the spare. Capone gets 6 on his. Oof, I was not ready for this tonight, that's for sure. And that is a 2 fill on the strike for Mike, isn't it?
Splash.
Gauthier gives it a good splash, trying to get back at it. Al's going to finish with a 9 box and a 111 string with his handicap, makes that 125. Gauthier will get a 10 box for a 131. And with their handicap, that'll make it a 146 to 125. Looks like Capone's going to try to pin out here and will. Alrighty. So as you heard Joe Gallerani there, who's keeping score for those guys, he says it's a 3-pin difference. Mike Capone sitting at 114, and Mike O'Brien at 111, both of them with a box to go. So winner of this one will end up going up against Gauthier Sr., and I obviously need to fix that. Yeah, try scoring 4 quick bowlers at the same time. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, and honestly, looking up there for where that extra strike came from, it just has to be a pointer in my title. Looking at the wrong spot. I'll take a quick check at that. Alrighty, so this is going to be a pretty intense determination here, because Mike O'Brien's got the 2 sticks up against the 10 pin here. Probably going to be a pretty easy spare to walk home with. Oof. Welcome to Spare Time. Anything's easy? Ooh. Capone with the 579. He's got that great piece of wood to the right to try to sweep it.
It's just for me being up, right down the middle.
Oh, and he gets it. That was a must hit spare. So it's down to the fill. So obviously Mike wants something big here to, well, O'Brien wants something big here to give Capone something to chase. We'll see what happens. Just off his mark, so takes a lot of pressure off with just a 5 fill. So now Capone just needs 3 pins to take the string and move on in the knockouts. That looks good. Sure is. Gets the 9 drop, so a 133 to 126 victory for Capone over O'Brien on lanes 7 and 8. A 146 to 125 victory for Gauthier over Winecheck. And what I'm going to do is start to move over to my other string, but before I get there, I want to fix this display because that's going to bug me. So that is, hang with me, we'll find it. Where's my scoreboard on the right? And this is Gauthier, so that is bowler 2, pitcher 5. No. I want pitcher 5. Oh, I see what happened. Pitcher 5, yep, and then pitcher 6. There we go. That will get rid of that artwork. Sure did. Thank you, Nico. That one is now fixed. I'll click save on that. And yeah, so with that match all said and done, I will move to this display and I will hit this button. And now what we'll do is we get to see Mike Capone, who had a handicap of 12, and Gauthier, who had a handicap of 15. So we'll update those, make sure everything is good to go, and we will start up the second round of knockouts. So Gauthier This is his first time coming down to bowl and beat the house. It was great to have him here. He did pretty well in skins. He stole a $24 orange pin strike. Started out really big, and his strings have been cooling off, but he survived the first round of the knockouts to come up here against Capone. One string to see who gets to bowl against me. Capone starts off with a split, the 4, 5, 7, 10. Gauthier punches through the 3-hole, leaves the lambda on the left, and then the 10-pin post. Mike tries to play that wood off the wall, but just drove the 10 out of there. And Gauthier says, I can drive the 10 out of here too. And it does. Capone looking for an out. He's going to get 2 out of 3, which kind of like the Meatloaf song. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. And Gauthier's going to do the same thing with a 9-box. He'll go 3 out of 4. So both bowlers with just 9, but the handicap is the difference. Gauthier has a 3-pin lead. Capone will fire away in box 2, and bowlers will change after 5 boxes. Capone, big and heavy, wobbles the 6, but can't get it to go. Gauthier's off his target, leaving the 4-horse down the right-hand side. This time, the Beat the House prize is $100. So Mike Capone already got $125 for coming in first. Gauthier got $75 for coming in second. And whoever wins this string gets to bowl against me for 2 strings with a chance to take home another $100. Good thing to do on a Saturday morning. And Capone will sit on another 9, and Gauthier's going to give one of his pins back with an 8-box. Both bowlers struggling here in the beginning of this match. One of the reasons I like doing it this way instead of the traditional, you know, king of the hill kind of contest is I feel the ladders go on really too long. Bowlers get pretty exhausted by they get to the end. This one here makes it a little shorter. Capone has a weird leave just taking out the 2, the 4, and the 7. Gauthier punches on the right, so both bowlers looking to find a target here. Ooh, Capone knocks all the walls down. Couldn't get to the kingpin. And Gauthier coming around. It's just going to be short of the head pin, so Mike's going to drop one down the middle, and Gauthier's got a pretty tough 110 pickup here for a 10-box. And Capone does it. Ooh. It'll be right through the bunny hole, so that's going to be a tie game through 3 boxes. So 2 more boxes before they switch. Such a fun house here at Sparetime. Mark Moon does a good job of letting us take a whole bunch of lanes early in the morning. We probably would have taken lane 6 as well, but I know he needs to get the approach fixed on that one. So, oh, there we go. Capone with a hammer. Putting some pressure on here. And Gauthier does the opposite of Capone. Capone taking out the 3, 6, and 10. And the second ball comes across, just clipping out the 9. So take a breath. Throw one meatball right at the heart of this. It'll be a little short, but it'll still be a 9-box. Gauthier shaking his head a bit here as he's trying to get the ship righted. Capone sitting at 38, well, not 38, but 50 plus a pair. Gauthier at 34, but with his handicap adding 49. So it's a 1-pin lead, but he gets 2 balls to build on it here. And that one's going to be just a bit thin, which already gets an extra stick to drop down. Well, as thin as he was, Gauthier was right on and ripped the eagle right out of there. So Capone's going to be shooting at a 2, an 8, and a 10 with a hell of a lot of great wood out there. And there it is. Drop the ball right in there for the spare on the strike. A nice 20-box. 58 plus a ball at the half, which was effectively 70 because of his 12-pin handicap. And Gauthier will just struggle his way to a 43 half. It's not where he wants to be, I'm sure. And let me see if I do this. If if I switch this button. Oh, yeah, all right. So as the bowlers change sides, I'll get the score sheet to switch sides too. So you see that, you know, Gauthier's name shows over on the left, Capone's name shows over on the right.
Yeah, that's why.
I notice their total score isn't showing up right, so I'm doing something wrong. I'll figure that out.
Well, I saw how he did the other one. It was like, all right, yeah, I did right away.
Something to fix as they take a breather, although they may be firing away pretty quickly, so I will sit on my hands a little. All right. Gauthier's going to hit the 3-hole, but in the end, it's a great 8 drop, just the 1 and the 2 to pick up for a spare. Capone working on a spare is just going to take out the check mark there. So 4 horse down the left, the 8 and the 9 behind him. Gauthier looking for his first mark of the match. Oh, he's just going to be short of the head pin. I think he's still wearing a microphone there, so I wonder what he was saying on his stream. I think Capone knew it when he threw that one. Ripped that one right into the lemon drop, the 6-pin, but second ball, so doesn't know anything. And on the out, he's just going to shave away the front wall, so it'll be an 8 box. So he's at 82, has a 14-pin lead. Gauthier's got a bit of a hole to dig out of here down the stretch. We'll see how this goes. He's going to find the 3-hole, unfortunately. Chopping out the 3, the 5, and the 9. So quite a bit of work left for him. And Capone is still doing a good job of staying on the head pin there. Everything but the 4 and the 7. And wow, there's the threshold. A great ball ripping the head pin around. Comes off the wall, but just not enough energy to take down that 6. Capone's going to miss the 4-pin. Gauthier will rip it from behind for a 10 box. And Capone holds serve, so the lead is still 14 with just 3 boxes to go. The number of bowlers we pay out at the end of qualifying is based on the number of bowlers that show up. If it's 10 or less bowlers, I'll pay out the top 3. If it's 11 or more, I'll pay out the top 4, and so on and so forth as more people show up. So the more the merrier, but every time it's only the top 4 bowlers that make it to the knockout strings here. There are 2 one-string knockout rounds, 4 against 1, 3 against 2, little mini bracket. And every time I win, the prize gets bigger the next time. And Gauthier's still just unable to convert a mark, and it's running out of chances here. Capone working on the eagle. Oof. Just getting the 2 and the 4. Gauthier doesn't want to hurt it. Tickles the 3-pin. It'll be a 9 box. And Capone will give him a pin back. So we're down to 13. Just 2 boxes to go. And there we go. Look at this. Another good light head pin hit. Good spin. Good wrap. Would be an 8 drop. Looking at the 6 and the 9 with a nice plank in front of him. Capone still abusing the head pin. The triangle 4 is left. Hey, Gauthier is not going to get out of here with a no mark string. All right, hopefully he can strap a couple together here. Capone is, again, just going to come across the 4-pin. He did that earlier. Let's see if he can pick this up for a 10. But the lead's going to get cut down a little bit here. Oof, it's an 8. All righty, so we're running out of room here. The lead is 11. If Gauthier can get a decent fill and convert a spare, it's going to force Mike to continue to pick up some big pins here. On the fill, once again on the head pin. All right, he gets a good kick there. It looked like it was going to be parallels, but now it's just a triangle 6. Thank you again to the Slime Pirate for coming up for that call out. I like it a lot. Mike is going to, good Lord. It's not going to get the head pin, but what a great trip. And look at that setup. 3 sticks in between the head pin and the 7. Oh! This is basically the knockouts, Greg. So it's a 1-string match. And then whoever wins this, as Capone picks up the spare and is definitely going to take this string at this point. So whichever one of these bowlers wins will bowl against me for a 2-string total pinfall match. They'll get handicap. I won't. Hey, that is right. It does say knockout round 1. I got something to fix. Thank you. And Capone's going to fill it with 6. So a 124 to 114 win for Mike Capone. That guarantees that I get to bowl against him for 2 strings. Let me find out if I have that. I might not have that written in there where that score sheet is. So that's something I will take a note on. And then, we'll move over to the finals. Oh, shut up. It's chirping at me. All right, so I think I need to put this back this way. I need to move to beat the house. I need to push a button. And this should, so that's not the way that I wanted that to look. That is certainly not the way that I wanted that to look. Hang on one second. That button didn't do me any good, right? Let's take a look. What did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that looks a little better. I do like missing head pins. All righty, so now it looks good. It's going to be Mike and I bowling for 2 strings. He's going to get 12 pins each string. If he wins, he'll get himself a nice $100 bonus. If he doesn't, well, the next time it'll be worth $150.
All right, you ready?
So the nice thing is oh no, that was switching in between videos, Greg. Just me yapping away. I guess you can't hear me. So basically, it's 2 strings, total pinfall. It's all that matters. Excuse me. And Mike gets 12 pins every string. So he gets basically 24 extra out of the gate. And I let him choose which lane he wants to start on, which lane he wants to finish on, and all the fun that comes with it. Oof. Started out a little heavy on the head pin there. Managed to get a good breakup. Everything but the 10 pin. The plank way out in front. And Capone's going to tear that one through the 2-hole, and he leaves the 1, 3, 6, and 7. I don't like when the wood's all the way up front like this, but I'll kick it in there for the spare. We'll see if Mike can run this one down. Oh, a little solid. Just couldn't get over there to the 7. I did. And Capone will pick up the 10 box. Let's see if my replay's working. Oh, it is. Yeah. Once in a while, I can do something right. All right, so sitting on a spare. 1 box down, 19 to go. Well, rode the head pin heavy. Took a 3-1 split, but I like the wood. I really like the wood here. I just want to hit that 2-pin nice and solid. Mike's going to bring the... Wow. So he takes out the 2, the 4, and the 10, and just slid the 9. Oh. Dropped that one outside, just taking out the back 2. That was a spare that was set up nicely, and I'm like, that's set up too nice. Mike gives it a good shot, but that pin slides right between the 5 and the 8 instead of taking him down. And, well, maybe the spare wasn't theirs. I hit the pin that I wanted to. I got the wood to move, but didn't get there. Michael chip away 2 for a 9 box. So early going, I've cut into his lead a little bit. He gets the 12 pins. I've taken away 6. But here we go into box 3. And I'll be off the head pin there, leaving the 1, 3, 6, 7, the same thing Mike had done in the first box. Oh no, where is Mike's scores? You're right, they aren't updating. I don't know why. Hang on 1 second, we'll figure this out. He does have a 112 somehow randomly, and I've got a 99 randomly. I pick up the spare, so I'll clip that. It's part of the challenge that I'm running into, and Capone's going to run his down as well. So we'll clip that, let that run. I will see if I can figure out why this is showing weird numbers. Bowler 1, bowler 2, bowler 3, bowler 4. As I work to fill it, I don't know where the 41 and the 112 are coming from, but I'll figure this out. It'll be a 6 fill on the spare for me, leaving the 4 horse down the left-hand side. And Mike is going to get a great 9 drop, everything but the 7 pin. I don't think I'm predicting anything. I just don't know where it's getting that 50. I don't know where it's getting the total values from. I think it's oh, I know why. Because I'm doing this score sheet a little differently than I do the other ones as far as where the total pins are looking. Mike waves it away as he knew he didn't get it. Let's see if I can hit the head pin. You were saying I wasn't good at it. There it is. I'll take the 10 bucks. 51. And Capone will not get the stick. All right, so over here. I need to look at one of my other score sheets real quickly. Firing away in the 5th. Well, I'm going to miss my head pin again, but a good 7 drop. Just the 1, 3, 6. Capone's going to be on and heavy. A 3-2 split to the right. Let's see if I can run down a couple of easy pins here. Ah, nice and pretty. 3rd spare of the half. 61 plus a ball as I get ready to switch lanes. Mike's going to chip out the 6 pin. So that's a tough tooth. Oof. So he'll end up with an 8 bucks. There is my scoreboard. I see what I need to fix. Bowlers are going to switch sides. So as that happens, I need to go over here. I think it's 3, 4, 1.
Oh, I did it.
We'll let that go, and then I think what I need to do, if I do insert
Yeah, I've been trying to come to these, but they were always
T10,
on a deed. I had something else going on, and finally got a Saturday where I could make it.
copy.
I usually aim late in the month, so
Yeah. Yep.
depending on when I get back from Maine, I'll probably end up doing it that weekend. So.
Getting a little breather here. You really do get winded.
Okay.
What underarm thingy? C8, C4, this should be C9. And let me try this to see if I can fix that stuff at the bottom. Yeah! On the fly, stream adjustments. Capone firing away. He's going to leave the Caleri down the left-hand side. 67, 61. That look right, boys? Yep. Sweet. Working the spare poorly. I wanted to be twinsies. Oh, no, I didn't. Thanks, Greg. I'll try to see if I can figure that out. Nope. My ball is getting down nicely today. You can hear the difference. As I miss. Yeah, I don't know what it is at Timber. I definitely want to bowl there more because my bowling ball absolutely bounces all over the place on those lanes. But, you know, you hear it here. It's down and rolling nice and smooth. Capone will get 2 more pins on me. He'll stretch his lead up to 3 for the moment as I struggle here on the dark lane. It's really kind of cool. The pin cam zoomed in. Lane 8 doesn't look nearly as dark as it is, but when you're there in person, it looks like the lane's turned off. They had a problem with the light fixture, so they're getting a replacement for that. All right, trailing 3, 4 boxes to go. Well, trailing 3 in this string. With 4 boxes to go, here's Capone in the 7th with a wild chop through the 3-hole. The 1, 2, the triangle 6. And I'm back on the head pin finally. Just the 3rd time this string. The 4 and the 7. Oh, Mike gets the inside of the head pin a little too light, taking out the 1 and the 9. Oh. And I ripped the 4 pin off the wall and around the 7. Capone grabs a single stick. I think he was looking for the pair for a couple of pins there. Let's see if I can grab the corner. That was a nope from me early on. So just a 9 box, 83, but I cut it down 1 more. Just a 2-pin gap between us with 3 boxes to go. Again, $100 on the line. If he beats me, he gets it. If I beat him, I don't get a damn thing. But I get the pride of winning. And then the next one, it'll be worth 150. And, oh, Capone rocks the pocket. Just couldn't get that wood to connect and take down the 4 pin. And I'm going to, all right, I'm going to chop through the 2 and get a couple of extra pins there. So just the 1, 3, 6, and then the 4, 7. I like the wood in between. Capone gets the spare. And I do not. You know when you miss, you miss. Call it out, own it, move on. So Mike's going to get a chance to stretch his legs here a bit in the match with a spare. And, yep, there you go, the missing head pin. Just a 9 box, so the lead's now 3 plus a fill ball. Oh, you know what? Let's watch Mike pick up the spare again. I forgot I had that. Boink. Right off the cap. All right, looking for the fill. Box 9. He's looking to stretch here. He's sitting on a 3-pin lead. He's sitting on a 5-pin lead. All right, not a 5-pin lead. Oh, good Lord. That looked like a really good ball. Capone does a good job trying to clean that up, leaving a setback. I can't believe I cracked the pocket, and this is what I'm looking at. 6, 8, 9. See if I can come across. I'll leave that one a bit short. Tough, tough, tough. Capone looking to clean up here is going to bunny hole. Oh, you know, I've bowled candlepin long enough, and I've seen so many bowlers get really mad as I pick up a stick there for a 9 box. We're back to 3 pins in the last box of the first string. Too many bowlers get mad, like over stuff that happens or breaks that don't happen. I laugh my ass off all the way through it. There's no point getting angry. You know, I had, what, 5 or 6 boxes there back to back against Timmy where I just couldn't hold on to the ball. Can't tell you why. Still can't. All right, Capone in box 10. Just short. Has the 4-horse down the left-hand side with some wood mixed in there. And, jeez. Well, the upside is I found the head pin on this lane. The bad news, it's been split city. It is what it is. I think Capone was a little off balance. Just off that head pin. He'll hate it. I don't know why anybody kicks the ball returns. They have nothing to do with it. Go over. There we go. All right, a much-needed spare here. Put some pressure on Mike at the end of the string. Gets a 9 box, so he'll finish with a 113. And if I can throw a half-decent ball here, I might finish the first string with a bit of a lead, only to give it right away. And despite being on the head pin, that's just going to be a check mark for a 117. Hey, that's not my color box. What am I doing wrong? Anyways, the lead is 4. I'll take that.
Can't change it now. I don't want to.
Chatting back and forth with Mike Capone about who wants to be on which lane and everything like that. And, you know, I told him, I'm like, hey, look, whatever. Whatever you want to do, I'm good. If AV2 is smaller than AW2, that's what it is. And then Capone's going to start out right out of the gates with a 9 drop. Everything but the 6 pin. I fixed the collar with a lead box. There we go. And I'll be on the head pin again here, leaving a triangle 2. Oh, Mike is going to come a little too far to the left there. Rip that stick around the 6. Let's see if I can pick up a triangle. I certainly didn't think I was going to get it. You heard that ugh when I let it go. Capone will pick it up. As I'm known to do, I will happily do my impersonation of Paul Grant many, many times at any bowling alley. I'll also do it when Paul Grant's around. I like to do it with him, get him laughing. All right, a much needed spare to get me going. Capone is not getting his extra 12 pins worth of handicap. If we tie, we continue with a half a string. That is correct. And I am going to fill with 7 as I continue to punish the head pin and get the splits to show for it. I'm going to give Capone his extra pins of handicap there. Oh, he gives it a ride, but just no love there as the wood just doesn't play friendly. Everything but the 3 pin. I tried to cut it. But just a little off. I don't take it personally, Greg. I haven't given a lot of people hopes lately the way I've been bowling, but and that 9 box isn't going to help. 26 through 2 for me, but effectively 32 through 2 for Mike, so he's got an 8-pin lead as I try to cut back into the 12 pins I give him. All right, box 3. And I will do Mike the favor of switching lanes with him a little bit. And he's got basically the reverse of what I did, but I kind of like the wood that he's got there. And, jeez, did I rip that one. I love, oh, no worries, Greg. You can do it all day long, man. My skin's thick enough, and I know you. Mike is unfortunately going to drill that wood right through the middle. I've got the check mark 1. The 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice piece of wood behind. Just let this go. Yep. There we go.
Just like the 3 pin.
Couple of spares early on here in the 2nd string, and Mikey will have an 8 box. So, I screwed it up again. Really? Why is it when I'm leading it doesn't like me? Oh, you know why? It thinks we're tied. Why would it think that I have a lead of 8? Let's not do C2 and C4. Let's do this minus this. And if I do this, there we go. 0 pin lead. That's the way it should be. All right. Capone in box 4. Trying to get himself going. Has a Colery down the left-hand side. I'm looking to take a lead right here with whatever I can drop. Everything but the 4-pin. Now, if you watched my match against Timmy the other day, I could not hit a 4-pin to save my life. See if I can get one here. Put 2 in a row. I think that's me screaming, this is the sucker that cost me my ACST season. Yeah, it sure was. Oh, Capone with a pretty 10. Coming off the wall and Yep, sure as shit. I still can't hit that pin. I think one of these days, maybe Wednesday before before league at Harvard, I'll take some extra practice at the 4 pin. It happens. It happens. Every once in a while, there's a pin that just gets in your head that you cannot hit. Last year, I was having a serious problem. I just couldn't find the 10 pin. I couldn't find the 10 pin. I'd throw the ball. I'd pull it. I am allowed to get a strike, but it doesn't seem like it today. What is great, though, you know, because of how much my ball was bouncing at Timber the other day, I was thinking about a little different finish in my slide this time around. So the ball's down where it needs to go. Mike will chop out the 4 and the 8. And I'm going to see if I can't get back going in the right direction here after that stupid 9 box. And I'll be off the head pin, chopping through the 3 hole. Capone looking to clean this up. Turns it into a 6-7 cleanup. 1, 2, 6, 7, 9, 10. A great piece of wood between the 1 and the 2, but I know this house, this is not going to go. Yeah, I feel that one in my soul. Woof. So Capone will take an 8. I'll take a 9. And man, I'm just not happy with the way that I'm pinning. But it could be worse. So we're going to switch around for the last 5 boxes.
I can snatch defeat from the jaws of victory with the best.
All right, a 9-pin lead for me with 5 boxes to go. And why is there a head pin in a box I haven't thrown yet? Hang on, hang on. This is always fixable, right? Do you want a breather? No.
Same story, same story.
All right, so this should be picture 7, row selected. Oh, I see. I must have the wrong row selected. Oh. And nice and thin. But they continue to fall. I'll take it.
That counts as 2 balls or 1?
Spare 7. Huh? I guess that's right. I just haven't gotten there yet, so I got to figure out what I've got going on wrong.
Boom!
Both of us on the head pin. Mike with a split. I can't find out where that's coming from. Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder if I have a mistake in my score sheet parts. But I'll take the spare. And Mike is just going to nudge that 6, but not get it to go. And he'll clean it up for a 10 box. All right, so the lead is 9 plus a fill right now. Where is that artwork?
Like, did like 8 or 10 spins and moved right next to the 6 pin and stood up. I'm like,
T4 bowler 2. Hey, Nico, you were wondering if I could do it. There you have it. Finally dropping a hammer. What's going on, Mr. Nichols? I'm not really live commentating. This is delayed commentating. But this is what happens when you're not there for a Beat the House. I get to bowl against Mike Capone instead. Ooh, he tried to send it across. Just couldn't get it to fly. Found it.
Send a pitch.
That's Capone takes the 9 box there, right? Wait, sorry.
You know your mission.
All right.
Your mission.
I do hit the head pin quite often, but the missing head pins comes from, oh boy, sent that one way outside. Up the reverse spread eagle. So in our league, if you throw a 10 box or you throw a 9 box, but the last pin standing is the head pin, that's missing head pin. That's kind of our habit, if you will, in our league night. All right, spread eagle on demand. Come on. There we go. Gave me a fight that it didn't need to. Starting to pull away a bit here. And Capone just can't buy a break. He runs 3 out of 4 there. $113 and a ball. Capone will chip out his stick for a 10 box. So he'll be sitting at 74 with 2 to go. But with his handicap, it's actually 86 effectively. And I will find the head pin, and not enough momentum to get that 7 to go. I'll take it though, a 9 drop, 122. And Capone is gonna get redemption late. The late hammer from Mike. Get Al Winecheck there, tell him, oh, just 4 more. Well, he's only got 3 more balls.
5 more now.
After I pick up the spare. I'll show Mike's strike again. That was better than my spare. All right, now sitting at 132 plus a ball through 9. Capone at 84, but the lead is huge. And I'll be short of the head pin. It'll be a 6, Phil. Sitting at 138. Capone. There we go. Let's get another one there. Going out with style. A double in the 9th and 10th. I love listening to those two go back and forth. Mike is such a great guy to bowl with. Really, really is. I'll pick up a pair. It'll be an 8 box, so 146. I'll finish my pair at 263. I checked the math. It's right on my score sheet here. I think Al gave me a bonus pin. 263 for 2. I won't complain about that. It's after the way I bowled the other day, this feels much better. That does mean that the next time we do this tournament in June, if you can defeat me in the end, it'll be worth $150. As Capone looks for 3.
For a moment, I get to feel like a good bowler.
And it'll be 7. So the 27 box puts him at 101, 111 plus this ball. He'll take 9. So a straight 120, which is actually a 132 because of his handicap, but unfortunately I will win the match by 18. And yeah, that is exactly how our Beat the House will finish for this last round. So one more shot for where we finish to get here. Again, Capone took first at $125 for his 392. That's right, Nico, I did. Jason Gauthier Sr., 391 for $75. Al Winecheck, a 386 for 40. Mike O'Brien got his money back with a 374. And then some bonus money given away and everything like that. But again, because I held off on Beat the House and I got the win, The $100 prize moves to $150 for the next time. And thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Have a good one. Way up front like this. But I'll kick it in. He does have a 112 somehow randomly, and I've got a 99 randomly. I pick up the spare. So I'll clip that. It's part of the challenge that I'm running into. And Capone's going to run his down as well. Let's see if I can run down a couple of easy pins here. Ah, nice and pretty. Third's the 1, 3, 6, and then the 4, 7. I like the wood in between. Capone gets the spare. Pin. He'll hate it. I don't know why anybody kicks the ball returns. They have nothing to do with it. Go over. There we go. All right, rip that stick around the 6. Let's see if I can pick up a triangle. I certainly did. Check mark 1. The 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice piece of wood behind. Just let this go. Yep. Interesting. I wonder if I have a mistake in my score sheet parts. But I'll take the spare. T4 bowler 2. Hey, Nico. You were wondering if I could do it. All right, spread eagle on demand. Come on. There we go. I'll take it, though. A 9 drop, 122. And Capone is going to get redemption. Get Alwyn. Got Al Winecheck there telling him, just 4 more. Well, he's only got 3 more balls. 138. Capone. There we go. Let's get another one there.